Good morning, everybody. Today we are doing really fun projects. We've got cereal boxes to work with today. Lots and lots of cereal boxes. So I hope you brought a few with you because we're going to do some games and a craft project or two with our wonderful cereal boxes. You know, I hate to throw anything away. So if I can do something really fun with the cereal box, I'm going to keep it. And so it's kind of like recycling and having fun with things that you would normally not keep and you have to throw them out. So we'll get started. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to make a game that you can play with some little balls, and it's kind of like a maze. So I'm going to show you a picture of that, and there it is. Now that's just made out of a cereal box. You can see that I've got a ping pong ball and a marble, and it's a maze. And when I pick up my little game, I can roll my balls around to see if I can get the balls through the maze. Oops, I knocked out one of my straws. But it's a really fun game that you can make with just some of the balls that you have around the house and a cereal box. So let me show you how we're going to do that. So what I have here is my cereal box, good old Rice Krispies. And the first thing that we're going to do is tape one of the ends shut. We need that taped down. So I've got a little bit of tape, and all you need to do this project, this game, is the cereal box, the straws, and some tape, and a pair of scissors. I closed it up right at the top, and I'm putting a little piece of tape on there on both ends, so it's held down tight, and maybe one across the middle. That'll help too. Okay, so there we go. Whoops, tape, tape, tape. Okay, so the top is all taped together. You see that? Okay, so then the next thing to do is to open up the cereal box so you can put the straws in. Now the other end of the cereal box was not broken apart yet. So there we go. So I'm going to get a pair of scissors, and I'll show you how to cut the side off of that. So I'm going to take my scissors and poke a little bit of hole about, less than an inch on the end, and then I'm going to start to cut. Make a hole so I can get my scissors in there. And so I'm going to cut, whoops, there we go. I'm going to cut right across the top like this, put that over to the side, and then I'm going to cut across over to the other side. Okay, so now I've got a little gap here, and my top's taped shut. So now I'm going to go down the very edge with my scissors along that cereal box. So here I go. Down the edge all the way to the other end. Just cutting the side off. And then this end on the other side. Oops. Okay. Now the other side. And over. Now I've got a flap. And then right across the bottom. It's a little easier. And it looks like I accidentally kind of broke my cereal box, so I'm going to add another little piece of tape. That's kind of the fun part. If you accidentally make a mistake, you can use a little tape to tape it back. Now, there's my box. There's my game, and it's ready to start adding some straws. So now I'm going to get out my straws and a little bit of glue and start to build my game right here. Okay, so there's my straws, and here's my glue. And the first straw I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my straw in half. Right about there. Cut, cut, cut. Whoops. Uh-oh. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue down. Whoops, I got to get the scissors out of there. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue in the bottom of my box where I want my first. The straws are like partitions to build a track for your balls to go down. So I'm going to put a straight line of glue in my box like that. I just went like this. And I put a lot of glue because straws are tricky and I want it to stick really good. So then I put my straw in like that. So there's my first partition. Now I'm going to build that track. Where do I want my next partition? I think I want it. I'm going to cut this other straw right in half. I think I want the next partition. What do you think? Right about there? Because then my ball can go here and here. So I set that down and I go, okay, that's where I want my glue. So there you go. More glue and the straw. And I'm just going to keep adding glue and straws all the way down. Where should I do my next one? Right about here. Then the ball will go here, 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 and down over that way. Whoa, I'm getting a pretty good track going on here. So it probably will take about 4 straws to get the whole thing put together. So there we go. Can you see my track? That's good. I'm going to get another straw. And maybe I'll cut a shorter piece this time. What do you think? Little shorter piece. Whoops! Keep knocking the straws on the floor. And then, how about right there? That's looking good. Okay. So another line of glue and my straw. And I'm going to do an even shorter piece this time. Right? I cut half a straw and half again. Thank you. And I'm going to do something silly. I'm going to do that and that. What does that look like? That's pretty good. So 2 shorter pieces of straw, and that I had my gap or my path is in the middle this time. So there it goes. Da-da-da, and da-da-da. And my gap for the ball to go down and follow the path is right there. Now, if I really want to get tricky and make this game hard, I'm almost to the end. With that, I'm going to cut another half and half and make a little cage for my ball, just like that. Do you think I can get a ball into that? Well, I'm going to find out. If I can't, I can always pull it off later and adjust the path if I've made a mistake and my ball's too big. But there we go. So there's my game. And right now, the straws are kind of wet, so I can't roll a ball down that one and play with it. But the one I built before is really all set to go. And I can roll. I have a ping pong ball, and I have some marbles, and I can roll it around and get them to go down the path and see how good I can get at the game that I built. Okay, and then now I got all of the balls in the corner. I did it. Yay. So that's one of the games that we're doing today with just a cereal box and some straws. All right, so I'm going to take that one out of the way. Now, another fun toy that you can make with a cereal box is a parking garage for your cars. And today I got some Matchbox cars, I know you do. And we're going to make a parking garage with a cereal box and some paper towel rolls and, of course, the scissors and maybe a little bit of tape. We'll see how that goes. So I'm going to take another cereal box. And, of course, what I want to do is tape that edge down again. Remember how I did that before? I'm taping the edge down just like this. You see that? And it's too bad I had to open the cereal, because then it would have still been a nice solid box if I hadn't had to open the cereal and pull it up, but that's okay. See, I taped down my cereal box. So then the next thing that I'm going to do to build my parking garage is, is cut one of the sides off, just like we did before. I stuck my scissors, there we go, I stuck my scissors right at the top, about a little thumb's distance from the edge, and I poked a hole. Yeah, this one isn't poking very good. Oh, there we go, I did it. And then cutting right across. It's hard to poke those holes. If you need somebody, an adult, to help you, that's okay. So there, I cut my gap again, and then again down the side, down, 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 sort of the same way we started to do it the last time, and then down the other side, right down here, and make a cut. And here comes my scissors. Whoops, I went down the side. I wasn't watching what I was doing. I was trying to see if I was actually on camera. There we go. And there's my flap again. And I'm going to cut that right off. Okay. So there's the start of my parking garage. What? And I'm going to use this a little bit later. Good old Tony the Tiger. Oh, and again, I'm going to need a little bit of help with some tape. You know, right there. Okay. So it doesn't look like a parking garage yet, does it? It looks just like a cut-up cereal box. So what am I going to do next? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a ramp for my cars to go down. And so what I need is a marker. And I'm going to draw a ramp. Let's see if I make sure that you can see this. I think I'm going to draw it on the other side because it'll be easier to see. Doesn't matter which side you draw it on. Okay, so I'm going to draw a ramp to cut out. Here we go. One line and another line. And I think I'm going to go all the way down here. That's my car ramp. And I'm not going to cut this right here. See those dots? I'm not going to cut right there, but I am going to cut the other lines. Let's see if I can do it. And poking with my scissors right on the edge. Trying to hold this so you can see it. There we go. Whoa, I almost sliced that with scissors. And if you need a little help from somebody that's really good with scissors, that's okay. Okay, so here we go. And I'm going to cut on my lines all the way up. I'm cutting a car ramp all the way up to stop at the dotted lines. And then I'm going to do it again on the other side. So I ripped it a little. There we go. Now, I turn it upside down, and there's my ramp. I'm going to fold it right here a little bit. This is the top half of my garage. So now it's time for the paper towel tubes, and I'm going to put that right in the corner. See how I did that? There's the corner, and I put it right there. Okay, so that's going to need some tape, and I could use this kind of tape, but I also have some masking tape that's a little stronger. So I'm going to tape some of my toilet paper tubes to the corners of my box, just like this. You'll see how I'm doing that around. Well, you know what? Let's see how I got that. There we go. And I'm going to stick that in the corner of my box and stick it down. Now, I need another toilet paper tube. 4 of them, actually, because there's 4 corners. And I'm going to do what I did before. Put the tape on my toilet paper tube. Whoops, that's not very straight. And then stick it in the other corner. Okay, stick it in the other corner. Just like the other one. And 2 more. Because there's 2 more corners to go. Actually, there's a little lip on this one, so it's gonna be taped like that. And then there's the edge. And we cut that a little lip, but that's okay. So we're gonna tape that one down to the corner. or as close to the corner as we can, and tape it in there. And it's got another leg. One last paper towel tube to go. Nice long piece of tape, just like this, taping it around and up into this corner here. And now my ramp has legs. So I'm going to turn it over and set it on my Tony the Tiger. And can you see how, whoops, the legs are holding it up and my ramp is right here in the middle? So now what I can do is I can roll my cars down the ramp into my parking garage. Whoops. That one landed on the floor. So, but if you're playing on the floor, you can take your cars and roll them down. I'm going to catch this one. Roll them down the ramps in the parking garage. And there, I got it. And then here comes my car, and it's going to park in the base of my parking garage. There, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. There it is. I'll pick this up and move the camera for a second. Okay, so there's my car, and you can take and make some parking spaces on the floor of your parking garage. This is the edge of the box that we cut out, and there I made some parking spaces to park my Matchbox cars all the way across. And then, of course, if I get really good at it, I could probably take my car and drive it up that ramp to the top of the parking garage, and then roll it on down again. Oops. There it goes. So there's the parking garage. You can make that out of a cereal box. That's just so amazing. Okay. So I have one more kind of fun project to show you. So I'm going to move my parking garage. And who likes puzzles? I hope you like puzzles, because that's what we're going to do next. I found the fun, cereal boxes are fun. They've got pictures of Rice Krispie, Snap, Crackle, Pop, and they also have Tony the Tiger, and they have those little funny guys on Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But look at the back of this cereal box. That's crazy. So I decided that I'm going to make a puzzle out of it, and I'll show you how to do it. Of course, we got a little bit of cutting to do again. Thought this would make a great puzzle. So we're going to just cut off the back of this cereal box. And I've seen cereal boxes with Star Wars characters on it, and oh, there's so many. I think it's to get us to buy their cereal. But we can take advantage of that and have some fun with it. So I'm cutting off this crazy guy face. I think he's supposed to be a Cinnamon Toast Crunch person. I don't know. There it is. So how do I make a puzzle out of this that I can play with and put together again and again? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to make some lines on it with my marker. And I'm just going to make some random lines here. I'm going to do a triangle over here. So there, I marked one mark on my guy. And let's see, I think I'm going to sort of make another half straight line and half wiggly line. So I'm going to go over here and go, and then I'm going to wiggle it over there. Does that kind of look like a puzzle piece? I think so. So now I'm going to make another puzzle piece over here, and I'm going to go straight, sharp line, zigzag, like that. And then I'm going to do another zigzag down over here. And I don't think I even need a ruler to do that. I'm just going to go ring, bring, bring, bring. And maybe one more. I like triangles. So I'm going to go down over here. So see all the lines I made on the back of this cereal box? I bet you know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to cut them. All right, and it's easy to cut flat cardboard. You just go right across, cut, cut, cut. Everywhere I do a line, I am cutting it apart. All right, and off we go. Little zig. Well, that's the hardest one, a little curve, but you can do it. And like that. And one more, and I cut this silly face guy from my Cinnamon Toast Crunch box. Ooh, these shapes are kind of cool. I like them. All right, one more zigzag. Okay, so now it's all apart, right? What am I going to do now? I get to put them back together. Okay, so there's some eyes, I think. And, you know, I kind of mixed them all up so I could do it. And, oh, I think that was teeth. Was that teeth? Do I remember? Does that fit there? Oh, so you just kind of play a little match. Oh, there's my curvy line that I cut. So I'm going to put that right there. And I'm putting them back together. And oh, that fits too. And that fits. And where did I get this one? Right on the edge. And so there's my silly guy all back together. There he is. That's a little game that you can do with just a cereal box. I'm going to take them apart now. And I can do it again and again because it's a little cardboard and it'll last for a while. You can do games with balls, games with puzzles, and a parking garage. And some of you might be going back to school pretty soon, so I thought that I would try one more thing with the end of a cracker box. Some of you may be going back to school pretty soon, and you can be reading a lot of books, checking them out from the library, and doing a lot of reading. So I'm going to cut the end of my cracker box, because of course I like graham crackers, and it reminds me of all of the s'mores that you ate this summer, right? So I'm just cutting off kind of the pretty part of the edge of my cracker box to remind me of chocolate and marshmallows and gooey s'mores and delicious, delicious, delicious s'mores all summer while I'm reading my books. So I just cut a rectangle. Can you see how I cut this rectangle? Whoops, that box out of the way. There's my rectangle. And I could straighten that up a little bit, but I won't. And now the next thing I'm going to do is just put a little hole with my hole punch right there. Ta-da! Little hole. And then all I need to make this into a bookmark is kind of a piece of string or a piece of yarn, anything that you have around the house. Stick it through the hole, like that. Tie a little knot. I tie loopy knots around my fingers. Stick it through and pull it. Whoops. Whoa. Did I do that right? Yep. So then I have some string sticking out. Trim it a little so it's not so long. There. I got a bookmark. And, you know, if you're going to be going back to school and lots of people need bookmarks, you could give them away to some of your friends. Just lots of things that you can do with cereal boxes. And I'm going to put the camera back so I can see you. There we go. So I hope we had fun today making some games and some puzzles. And think of some really creative things that you can come up with some of the leftovers from your cereal boxes. And that's it for today.
Well, thank you so much for showing us all those things. Those are some awesome ideas of things you can do with items just around the house. And if you come up with a cool idea of a new game to play or something cool you can do with a cereal box, feel free to send it to us. So this was Get Crafty. We do Get Crafty every Tuesday at 11 o'clock. So thank you to those that joined us. And if you want to join us live, all you got to do is go to greatlakeskids.org/news-events. And you can sign up live right there, and you can also see a materials list so you can do these crafts along with us. On that same page, you'll see all kinds of links for our other programs. So every Thursday, we are telling stories. Sometimes we're creating stories together. Sometimes we're telling tall tales and telling stories about the stars. So join us live for that. There's also a craft at that time, so you can do that along with us and tell stories with us. And a lot of times we ask you for input on what happens in the story. And then every Friday we are doing First Step Science, and that's where we learn a little bit about the world. We do some creating some science tools. We learn about how to examine the world around us and see some of those unseen forces. So join us for those. Those are all at 11 o'clock. Those are all live. They're all hands-on. And again, just go to greatlakeskids.org/news and events in order to sign up live for those. If you're interested in supporting the Children's Museum, helping us keep the lights on and supporting programs like this, we always appreciate anything that anybody can give. If you're interested in donating to the Children's Museum, please go to www.greatlakeskids.org/donate. There's information on how to donate and where your donations go, all kinds of information there. So if you're interested in supporting programming like this, please check that out. Otherwise, we hope that you join us live next time. We hope to see you soon. And until then, we'll say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.